Trump's administration has taken a different approach to global alliances. Do you see this as a strategic shift or a break from past U.S. foreign policy?
Yes. As you have pointed out, Trump's recent actions have been a dramatic break from previous presidents' foreign policies, and this is a dramatic shift. For example, as we've seen in Ukraine, Trump has made a complete 180-degree turn
More than
from the previous
180, it's 360 degrees. It's way beyond the 180.
Yes, this is true. These are the most dramatic changes in foreign policy that we have seen in decades. Trump is reshaping our relationships with our allies, reshaping our alliances with our supposed conflict areas. For example, we've seen in Ukraine, we've seen our relationship with Great Britain has changed, and Trump is really demanding that other countries step up to the plate. Significantly, as Marco
Which
Rubio,
countries, Ms. Chapman?
Well, as Marco Rubio has said, we are now in a multipolar world. The United States has to accept that we are not a unipolar superpower. The world has changed dramatically since 1992. It's time for the world to accept this. This is reflected in the changes Trump is carrying out in Ukraine. He is effectively sidelining the Europeans by saying, you've had years to resolve this, you have not resolved this, we're going to take over, we're going to fix it once and for all, we're going to negotiate with Putin. And we're also seeing the same thing in the Middle East, even though this is a much, much more difficult situation in the Middle East. And we're seeing Trump's battle for dominance with Netanyahu. Trump and Netanyahu are both sort of aggressive, if you will, they're both bullies. And Trump and Netanyahu are now butting heads. On the surface, it looks as though Netanyahu is pleased with the way things are going. However, Trump is causing a crisis in his cabinet. He's forcing things to a head. The conflict in Netanyahu's cabinet is unsustainable because his Smotrich wing wants the IDF to go back into Gaza. And Netanyahu realizes the IDF is weakened. They have failed in Gaza so far. They have not met any of their objectives.
And also we have to refer here to the relationship between the southern relationship between U.S. President Donald Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin.
Yes. This actually would create a strange triangulation. For example, if Netanyahu succeeds in his goal of pushing the United States into conflict with Iran, then Russia would step in on the side of Iran because they have their recent security defense agreement, their security treaty. And so we're seeing Netanyahu push the United States into a dangerous position where we could have a conflict with Russia over Iran, which would be at the best of Netanyahu.